Welcome to the course selection for the 2026-2027 school year. This is a reminder for all grade 11 and 12 students that on February 12th, course selection does open at 4 p.m. So that day, you are actually going to get your presentations in the morning, and then you're going to go period 2 to the course fair, and then 4 p.m. that day, course selection will open up for everyone. February 20th is when course selection will close. This presentation will be posted to the Guidance Google Classroom later on so that you have a quick and easy access to all this information and you can go through it on your own later on. So as I said earlier, on February 12th, in your home forms, these videos will be presented to you. You're going to go to the fair period 2, and 4 p.m. that day, you are welcome to log into My Blueprint to choose your courses for the following year. For grade 11s, on February 19th, home form teachers will allow you to go onto My Blueprint on your Chromebooks and to finalize your courses that day. For grade 12s, you will also have February 20th in your home forms to also finalize your My Blueprint courses for either the following year or to indicate that you're no longer returning back to us. Every day at lunch, between February 17th to the 20th, we do have lunch support in B1. If you want to talk to a guidance counselor or if you're stuck on something in My Blueprint, feel free to drop by anytime and you can have your questions answered then. A reminder that on Friday, February 20th at 4 p.m., course selection will close and you won't have an opportunity to pick your own courses, and a guidance counselor may end up choosing your courses for you. For grade 11 and 12 students, there are graduation requirements that need to be met in order to receive your diploma. Those are 30 credits in total. 18 of them are compulsory, so you can take a look on the screen and see that there are several Englishes, your science, history, geography, arts, etc. A reminder, especially for grade 11 and 12s, you're looking for those group 1, 2, and 3 credits as well. So make sure you are looking at those because those are ones that students sometimes forget about until their senior years. On top of that, you have your 12 optional credits, and those are the courses that you are choosing to take based on the pathway that you're wanting to pursue after high school. You also need 40 hours of community service, and those are recorded on a volunteer sheet that you can submit to the guidance office. If you're unsure if those hours qualify as community service, please come down to see your guidance counselor to double check. All students need to have passed the grade 10 literacy test, and if you did not pass that test, you have an opportunity to take that requirement through the OSSLC, which is the course OLC 401. In addition, the final thing you need are 2 online learning credits. These are asynchronous courses that you have taken either during the school year or during the summer. If you did not have an opportunity to do these asynchronous online learning credits, you can also fill out an opt-out form, which is available in the guidance office for pickup. And just a reminder, whenever you're looking at course codes for your course selection, you can read the course code by looking at the first letters. So the first couple letters tell you the subject area. The number tells you the grade of the course. The second letter is telling you the pathway that course is, whether it be an open course, a college, or university. And then the last number is more for the guidance office to help us in terms of pathways. So as mentioned, because in grade 11 and 12, you're already thinking about what you are planning to do after high school, you need to look at the courses you're choosing to ensure that they're following that pathway. Okay, so there are college courses that you may be required to take. There are mixed courses which open up the doorway to other grade 12 courses that you might need for post-secondary. There are open courses that anyone can take at any grade. And then university courses, again, you might be taking those ones because the post-secondary pathways are asking for university credits. There's also workplace courses. So for anyone interested in the workplace after high school, these will prepare you to take that next step there. For those of you applying to university, there is a requirement to take a minimum of 6 4U or 4M courses. So please make sure if you are thinking of university that you are taking at least 6 U-coded classes. So there are many amazing post-secondary pathways to choose from. So because you're in grade 11 and 12, you've probably already to start to think about this, whether you're interested in pursuing an apprenticeship pathway through one of our OYAP programs. An OYAP is usually offered through a co-op. So if you're thinking of an apprenticeship, possibly in a skilled trade, I really encourage you to come down and speak with your guidance counselor so that we can see whether a co-op would make sense for you next year. There's also college options. So everyone should be checking out some of those colleges to see what are those requirements that you need to be taking in your grade 11 and 12 year so that you can be applying, to colleges. And you're going to make sure you're taking your grade 12 college English or university English to apply there. There's also university option, right, where you're making sure you are choosing a grade 12 university English plus those 5 additional credits at the 4U or 4M, course type. And there's also workplace for students who are entering the workforce. There's definitely lots of employment agencies available to support you in that next step after high school. And also community living for students who are just learning more specific life skills to help them move on to that next step after high school. For grade 11 students, your course selection should definitely include one English, and that can be a workplace English, a college English, or a university English. Your electives are going to be a minimum of 5, and that can be really any course that you're interested in taking, but also meet what you're planning for your post-secondary. Every student can have a minimum of 1 spare in their timetable per semester, and we just make sure that you are still achieving the 30 credits that you need to graduate. And just to highlight some really awesome classes that we have at Danforth, we offer such a huge variety of courses, and there are many that we could have highlighted here. I think we just picked a couple of them that are unique to Danforth, such as financial securities, the yearbook course, equity and social justice, the college physics, tons of tech options in hospitality as well as transportation, and really amazing courses in physical education. We will talk about some SHISM, which is special high skills majors, in a future slide, but those are courses that will qualify you to be doing a specialist high skills major. Here are some pictures of students doing co-op credits as well. There are 2 credit co-op options as well as 4 credit. 2 credit just means that you're doing a co-op either in the morning or the afternoon and coming back to school. And the 4 credit co-op is a full day out in the workforce, gaining skills and experiences, and you actually may not be stepping foot in the building for that semester because you're off doing a full day of co-op. So if anyone is interested in doing a specialist high skills major, if anyone is interested in doing anything in the skilled trades or interested in an apprenticeship, anyone who just wants an experience in a workplace, co-op is an amazing opportunity that we encourage all students to look into. And finally, for grade 12s, we still want you to be filling out your My Blueprint. So please make sure that you log in and select your next destination. We would like to know where you're going, whether it be college or university or to another high school, or you're going to go to the workforce. Please make sure that you fill that out so that we know that you're not returning to us. And as well, there is a Google form that's posted in the senior Google Classroom, and it talks a lot about graduation and some of your information that we need for when you leave us next year. Please complete that so that we have a way of connecting with you if your TDSB accounts closes once you graduate. And if you decide you want to come back and take more courses with us for a 5th year, please fill that out in your My Blueprint and choosing your courses for the next semester that you want to come back. You do have to take a minimum of 3. You are allowed to take 4 as well. And if you only want to come back for 1 semester and you don't want to return to us for the next, you can also add a not returning code for semester 2, and that is shown as NS2 in My Blueprint, so that we know to only timetable you into semester 1 classes. So it is really important for grade 12s to complete My Blueprint. I'm going to pass it on to Miss Nusiwala, who will finish off our presentation.
So this is a really important slide because it shows you which courses are being offered at the school. So you'll see hyperlinked here, Danforth CTI course selection worksheet. That'll show you all the courses that are being offered next year. So please review that to select your courses. It's a good idea to print it out and have it handy in front of you when you're using My Blueprint. The second sheet that's hyperlinked here is your course prerequisite sheet. Please ensure that you are only selecting courses that you have the prerequisite for. In terms of new courses being offered or potentially offered next year, we've got a grade 10 open literacy skills course, which you might be interested in if you find that you need more practice in literacy. We are also offering a grade 10 small group games phys ed class with an emphasis on racket sports. This is our only all gender phys ed class beyond grade 9. And then we've got alternating years at the school. We offer grade 12 college physics and grade 12 college chemistry. So next year it will be offering the physics because we offered chemistry this year. So under our retired courses section, so these are courses that will no longer be offered next year, unfortunately, is the sign language. So hopefully you got a chance to take that while you could. And the grade 12 college chemistry, which again will be offered, it's offered in alternating years. In terms of alternative program options through the Toronto District School Board, if you find that there's a course that we don't offer here at Danforth that you're interested in, or there are no spots available perhaps, or you need to repeat a course, there is summer school that is an option. Credit recovery is also available in summer school. Registration for that comes out in April and will be posted on the Guidance Google Classroom. There's also e-learning. You can take an e-learning credit. It takes the place of one block in your day school timetable, and you can sign up for that in semester 1 or in semester 2. There are also 2 college credit opportunities. So if you'd like to explore what it is like to study in a college setting, there are dual credit options and the school within a college option, which allow you to earn a college credit as well as a high school credit. And they usually involve missing one afternoon of school a week. And finally, the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program, which is housed in our 2 and 4 credit co-op programs. If you're interested in accelerated OYEP, that would be solely through our 4 credit co-op. If you'd like to learn more about that, please speak to guidance. If you are in one of our intensive support programs, so either the LD program or the ASD program, please make sure that you are looking at the page 2 of the course selection guide to ensure that you are selecting the correct courses for that program. And a reminder that students must have an IEP to take a General Learning Strategies course, GLE, and you can take up to 4 GLE credits, generally speaking, 1 in each grade, to help support you. If you are in our MAST program, likely you will have completed then your grade 10 and 11 course requirements. In grade 12, there are no specific MAST program courses. However, you want to ensure that you have picked 5 courses from the elective course list. They're found on this slide here on the left. If you are interested in SHISM, the Specialist High Skills major, or maybe you are already registered in one of the 3 programs offered at our school, which are Health and Wellness, Hospitality, and Transportation, please speak to the appropriate guidance counselor. They're listed here to find out more and to make sure that you are meeting your SHISM requirements. Now for selecting your actual courses, you should be familiar with my blueprint. As a reminder, step 1 would be to log in. So visit www.myblueprint.ca, click login. You want to scroll down and click school account login. So don't type in your username and password at this point. You want to go down to the bottom of the page, click school account login, select Toronto District School Board, and click on login with school account. Step 2, click on high school from the left navigation menu. And this is where you'll see your high school plan. So your current year is in a dark blue at the top there. The light blue would be the year that you're selecting courses for. You want to click Add Course when you find the desired course. There will be some prompts for you, so you can follow those prompts. And if they don't apply to you, feel free to override them. Step 4 would be to review your course selection. So do check that prerequisite chart and ensure that the courses that you're taking, you have the prerequisites for. Feel free to refer to our prerequisite course sheet if you are unclear about those guidelines. You'll also notice that something will show in red if you don't have a prerequisite for it. So do take note of that red exclamation mark. And if it doesn't apply to you, so for example, you took the prerequisite in summer school and your guidance counselor is not aware of it, you are welcome to override. So you will still be allowed to submit your courses, even if you see that exclamation mark. It's just prompting you to take notice and see if there's an error. And then you want to click the blue Review Course Selections button to confirm your choices. Step 5 is to submit your courses. So review the details page, make sure that you're meeting the requirements of the selected courses, and then you want to click Submit Course Selection. So take your time reviewing, because once you submit, you will not be able to modify your course selections. If you have made an error at this point, you will have to speak to your guidance counselor to correct that error. Finally, in step 6, it will ask you to input your parent's email. This will send an approval email to your parents so they can also review course selections. And sometimes that's a point where they can potentially catch errors or have a discussion with you. They will need to approve your course selection for it to be finalized. Also at this step, there will be a little box for you to submit additional comments. So if there's something you think your guidance counselor needs to know about, like for example, you took a course with a private school or a different board, the Catholic board, and we're not aware of it, or you plan to take something in summer school, just put a little note in that comment section so that we know. And as a final note, please take your time with course selection. Step one is that students pick their courses, but that determines then how many sections of each course we run. Then we assign teachers to those courses, so it helps us to determine staffing and really which courses we'll run for the following school year. Take your time, do some research. These are important years as they're your final years in high school. So ask questions, and we're here to help. So finally, some resources for you to explore and some links. Of particular note are the ones at the bottom left of your screen. So if you are considering continuing your studies as a post-secondary plan, do make sure to look at the Ontario University's info page. It's a good one-stop shop for requirements for various university programs, and the Ontario Colleges page if you, again, are exploring colleges and want to find out what the requirements are for various college programs. And finally, contact information for your guidance counselors based on last name. Please also make sure to visit our guidance website if you'd like any more information regarding post-secondary pathways. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to this presentation, and good luck with your course selections. Thank you.